All right, so welcome back to another coffee time with crypto. Uh, it's another week, another Friday. How
Yeah,
you been
another
doing?
another happy Friday. Things seem to be recovering,
Yeah, so this week is a little bit unusual because the market's up.
which which sucks, but it should be
What do
unusual
you?
if the market's going down, but whatever.
All right, so we have actual viewers now.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining
finally.
us. Yeah,
Thank you,
so
strong block.
it seems like a lot of people enjoy the newer DeFi, degen type of projects that Degen Benben is bringing us. So we thought we would give the people what they want and look into another project today. So
Yeah.
Degen Benben has brought us another one. Hopefully, it's a good one.
Oh, it's good. It's a double whammy.
So what's the project called?
The project is called Tavern. So it's tavern.money.
All right, so
I think a
I'm
lot of degens have heard of it already.
so
I
here
think,
here it is.
yeah, I think as of like today when we're recording at March 18th, they just went, I think they spent quite a bit on marketing, so they found like four or five influencers that just covered it. So it's getting a lot of attention for sure.
Okay, so it's do you know how new this project is?
Okay, so I got in on first day that it launched, not the pre-sale. The first day it launched, and that was,
So you're actually you've invested in this project.
yeah. I just got one one
So
one one
we'll do
brewery.
our financial disclaimer now then. Basically,
Maybe we
remember
should.
this is not financial advice. We're not financial professionals, and this is entertainment, education, and again, do not take financial advice from anyone called Degen, Ben Ben, or otherwise.
Exactly. I'm just telling you guys what on earth I got myself into.
Yeah,
You
always do
can
your
live
own
through this
research.
journey through me if you would like to. Sure, you can join, but this is not advice.
Just so you guys know, like the whole point of these videos is to uh, because DJ and Benben will bring me projects even if we weren't doing a video and we would be going through them anyway. So we thought, it'd be a pretty cool idea to just make these videos so we can go through it together in real time. Basically, like the first time I'm seeing the project, so I can give you my real time feedback on how I feel about the project. And the first thing I noticed is that this project is built on Avalanche. I'm a big fan of Avalanche. It's one of the uh, L1s that I got into when I had left centralized exchanges, and it's the reason why I like it is because it's so reliable. And when you've been through several market kind of dumps, then you'll realize that a lot of these chains they might be like working really good, they're cheap and fast on a normal basis, but whenever there's high market volatility, all you want really is a blockchain that just works. Okay,
Yeah.
so Avalanche, you're gonna get higher gas prices or gas fees when you have those situations where there is a lot of market volatility. But at least if you set a high enough gas fee, the transactions will go through, and
Yeah,
sometimes that's
it
all that
actually
matters.
executes for you.
Yeah, right. So
All right, yeah.
tell us a little bit about this
So,
project.
yeah, so basically what I'm kind of into these days and what basically the whole crypto world is hyping, sort of hyping, it's dying down a little these days is
Yeah,
passive income projects.
cool. So let's
Um,
let's take a closer look at
yeah,
this.
take a look, take a look. And I'll tell everybody here, Mr. BTC will not like this.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
I'll tell you, you're not like this.
So I mean, these projects can get a little bit complicated. So then, it sounds like there's an NFT involved, right? So
Yeah.
um, what's
What's
the
the
NFT
NFT?
called?
You're
Is that
staring at it right now. You see that
a
little
brewery?
cartoon picture of a brewery?
That's what it is,
That's what it is.
right? So do you mint these
Something
things?
good about this is it's not a hard cap, but the amount of breweries is limited, at least for now. So a little bit more about the brewery itself. So it's 100 mead for a brewery,
Yeah,
and the base level of rewards you get is 2 mead a day.
2 meat a day. And so do they calculate an APY right here for? this protocol?
To me, it just
I
means
guess I guess
if
if you
nothing
owned
changes,
it,
it's 2% a day.
like before I even get into the tokenomics, I would want to
Hmm.
see kind of whether there's. I know it's a new project, so I don't know if they're audited.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I would want to take a look at. So on just to navigate the docs here under securities, they do have a section for audit. And ah, so did you take a look at this?
I didn't when I was investing it, no. Because by the time I knew about it and the time it launched was like I only knew 30 minutes before it actually launched.
So I've never heard of this audit firm, Spywolf.
Firewolf?
Um, it it looks like it looks like a fairly thorough audit. You can
Hmm.
see kind of what the admins can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so um, the way I see
Yeah,
this
because
is I wouldn't put like too much weight on it because it's
okay.
not like a very well
Reputable
known
one or something.
audit. What I would do is I would kind of take a look at the auditors, like maybe we'll just try to take a look. They have a spywolf dot
Let's
what was it? It
see.
was spywolf.co, right?
Yeah, spywolf.co.
Okay, like sometimes you have these really scammy projects where their audit
Is
company,
themselves.
yeah, they basically like have only been audit like that company has only audited one project and it's that one, so it's kind of like a huge red flag. So we can
Yeah.
kind of take a look at what it says here: trusted projects.
Oh, I've never really heard of
So
these.
I haven't heard of any of these projects either, but what's interesting is that the tavern is not listed here. So the other thing is, I noticed here that on the GitHub site, this is actually
Hmm.
from the Spywolf network themselves. So we can kind of see if we can take a look to see what kind of audits that they've done.
Mm.
Okay, so they go back all the way to last November. That's interesting. This one was from March, I saw. So let's kind of take a look. We'll just click into it to see.
Okay.
True Badger. That looks familiar. I saw that here, and I also saw that in the documentation that they had.
Mm.
So let's take a look. I saw that somewhere here. I want to
Oh, actually on its paper.
here,
Okay.
this thing here. This is where I saw it. True Badger. So this is an official certificate NFT, certificate of trust.
Okay.
Right. So let's take a look at that one. I just want so the reason why I want to take a look at this one is just to see like other uh other audits that this firm has done, kind of
Okay.
compare it with the tavern to see how it like kind of looks and feels.
Okay.
So it generally has the same kind of.
It looks like it's following a certain template.
This is interesting. Certificate of Trust Award. I didn't see that when I scanned.
Oh, it's actually an NFT. Okay.
So we have awarded the team the certificate of trust, and it's a low risk project. I didn't see that for the tavern project. So just scrolling, it doesn't look like this project has received the certificate of trust.
Yeah. Uh,
So sample certificate NFT for those who pass the audit. So I don't know if this project has, if they're saying that it's passed or not. But all I know is that it doesn't seem to have this certificate of trust awarded to it.
yeah.
Okay, so that's, um, I mean, it's I'm just raising these points. I'm not saying that This makes
Oh,
the
which is
project
good
uninvestable.
because then I get to know next time, and other people get to know at
Okay,
least
so let's go
exactly
back
how to do it.
to the docs.
Yeah.
KYC, they have it looks like they have a third party KYC. Did you look into this?
Oh no, not when I bought it. Afterwards, I sort of looked into it, but for me, I was like, I'm in it already. Whatever.
So third party KYC, it's basically like these third party firms will get you to like privately dox the team. So it's not like they are publicly doxed, but they
Mm-hmm.
dox themselves to um, a, a,
It's a
KYC
business, I find.
provider, right? Like KYC as a
Yeah, like
service.
it's just selling. Hey, now you can say you're KYC'd. Let's see.
So this multi-sig here is interesting because multi-sig is referring to a multi-sig wallet. So
Mm-hmm.
usually like the treasury address, like the treasury wallet or the team wallet, they'll need. You don't want one person to be able to sign off on
Yeah.
that. So multi-sig is important, uh, but multi-sig is only as good as who's controlling the multi-sig. So here telling
Yeah.
you, uh, they're
Like
telling you
it
that
tells you that hey,
six
it needs five
signers.
out of six, and there's two community members that they doxed. But to me, I'm like, if it's like it's good to say hey, and not any one person can manipulate the wallets or whatever. But if they're all in
Yeah.
it together, like
Okay. I've seen lots of. I've been involved in some scams where like, uh, on the Telegram group, there are like fake community members, and
oh, which
like
are the same people.
so if you join the project early enough, uh, and you go to the Telegram or Discord, like you can get a sense for like those people who are
Hmm.
in the community and they're just like too enthusiastic about the
Too
project.
enthusiastic,
Okay,
too
like
overly
they'll be
optimistic.
like buy 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 to the moon, and then like they'll tell you like they bought. Then after the project like dumps, they'll be like buy buy buy. They're not like they're not worried at all about
Yeah,
losing
no
money.
worries. This is just a dip. Buy the dip.
So I mean, you don't really want to like if you want to keep tabs on the project, you don't want to call them out, just
Yeah,
because as soon as you do, if it's a
you get
scam, you just get banned. Okay, so
yeah, you get banned.
but having six signers, 5 out of 6, I wouldn't put too much faith in the two community members, um, but just to have multi-sig is another plus. Okay, I would. It's better than to at least not having it. So now let's actually get into the tokenomics, which is the next thing. So things that I would want to look for again, like what's the supply, who's how it's been launched. So is there a fair launch,
Hmm.
or was there a pre-mine? Let's take a look to see how easy that information is can be found. So
Would
okay, so
be
so
there's
how you
definitely not a fair launch though.
so here's supply distribution. Like starting price is $1, and initial supply of 2.5 million mead. Like all more than half of it goes to rewards, basically. So this is an incentive token.
Yeah.
Okay, 10% is reserved for the treasury. So I guess, um, like we saw that the treasury is about $4 or $5 million right now.
Yeah.
So okay, so it started off with 250,000. So the treasury
Yeah.
has done well. So 16% the whitelist presale. So there was a presale. That just means you have a bunch of whales.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you want to know, whether there's any kind of like lockup period,
Hmm.
how many people were involved in the whitelist. But
Mm.
16% is like a decent amount. Okay,
Mm.
20% liquidity. Liquidity. That's what I would expect. So, do you know where their token is traded? Like where the MEAD token is
I
traded?
got it from Trader Joe.
Okay, so they're on Trader Joe. So
Yeah,
you
Trader
can
Joe.
go and take a look at trade like the liquidity on Trader Joe. That's one of the things
Mhm.
that you want to make sure too. So maybe we can check that out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what you want is you go to pool, search
Cool.
MEAD.
Okay.
So here they have two liquidity pools, a MEAD AVAX pool and a USDC MEAD pool. So, I mean, it's a fair amount of liquidity
Mm,
and very healthy trading volume. Okay?
yeah.
For an unincentivized pool, like 20% APR, that's like quite high, I would say, for an
Okay.
unincentivized pool.
Unincentivized, usually, what is an incentivized pool? Like, what is the incentive usually? Because why I'm asking is that a few days ago, I think, on the Discord, I think it was just 2 days ago, it says, oh, you can now create MEAD USDC LP tokens and deposit these into a special pool to earn MEAD rewards. So does that actually, that's in the app itself, just recently, not in Trader Joe?
Yeah, okay, so you
Uh,
yeah, so basically that would be like a farm basically,
the
but the
incentive. Okay.
yeah, so the protocol is incentivizing people to be liquidity providers by incentivizing them with the meat. So that's basically what the this is, right? Um, the 54% rewards reserved and 10% is reserved for LP rewards. So that's
LP
what it
rewards.
is.
Okay.
So you can upgrade your NFT, or how does that work?
Yes.
You're like tier one as a new
Yeah.
investor. You get 2 meat a day, and it's like 2%. All right, it seems like if it's 2 meat,
Yeah.
then it's roughly 2%. 3 meat, roughly 3%. Like 4%
Yes.
daily APR, and APR is compounded, right? So 4% compounded. That's massive.
It is. It doesn't look
So
very
this is like
sustainable, to be honest.
this is true degen stuff. And going back to like I
And
want to
buy
go
my meat.
back to how do I it sounds to me like this is just your typical hyperinflationary incentive token. And
Hmm.
personally, I have a rule to personally not buy incentive tokens that are hyperinflationary because those incentive tokens are
Hmm.
not designed to accrue value for the token holder, right? So it's
Yeah.
actually you get paid that and you basically want to get rid of it as fast as you can.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that before because when you were farming, right?
Yeah. And so that's something that you have to bear in mind. A lot of people who are new to the projects, like or to DeFi, they think
Uh-huh.
like if you are if you're long or if you think that the project is going to do well in the long run, they think that the incentive token would gain in value.
Uh-huh.
That's like a really rare situation in DeFi. Like
Oh,
an
okay.
incentive token is designed to be hyperinflationary, and um, even though they don't really mention, so they don't mention max supply. We saw from the audit that they can mint as many meat
Mint as
as
much
they
as they
want,
want.
but even with this initial supply, right? Over half of like almost half of it is for this reward thing. The initial circulating supply is
Yeah.
growing by potentially a lot, right? The
Yeah.
schedule for releasing these rewards depends on how many people buy NFTs
Yeah.
and what tier they are. But like because over half of the tokens are incentive tokens, like are
Yeah.
for incentive purposes, you just know that there's a lot of
There's a lot of
inflation.
supply out
There's a lot
there.
of inflation that's going to go. Like a lot of
Okay.
supply doesn't really matter. If you have a lot of supply, but it's all distributed and it's all already in the circulating supply, so your market cap has already taken into account,
Hmm.
then that's fine. But right now, um, the I don't know if it will say on CoinGecko yet. It's probably too new.
Like an
Yeah,
updated amount.
so total supply here, but they don't have the circulating supply information on CoinGecko yet. Um, Basically, I would expect their circulating supply to be low and the inflation rate to be very high.
Very
That
high. Okay.
that's the only way to sustain these degen level APRs. So it
Mm.
sounds like you're gonna get like a massive amount of APR. Like if I
Mm.
calculate what 2% is compounded over a year, that's like over 1,000%. It's like almost 1,400%, and that's just for
Mm.
your tier one. If we go up to tier
Yeah.
four, it's 4%.
Then it exponentially goes up, right?
Yeah,
Because if
so
you're
we're
like,
talking about like true old fashioned degen APRs. It's 16,500 APR, and people look at that, they're like, that's crazy. Is it possible? It's it's the APR that you're gonna get in terms of mead, but it also means that the
mm.
mead is hyperinflationary. Okay, so here this is interesting because I've been talking about hyperinflation of mead.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
is they're saying they're addressing this right here. They said to
Oh,
prevent
okay.
this scenario of hyperinflation of mead caused by more and more breweries, the supply breweries will be controlled by the tavern's keep. This mechanism is what adds scarcity. I'm interested. You've got me hooked. If the breweries are sold out, you can check on the marketplace for other players selling their brewery. Okay, so they talk about this, but they don't tell me what it is.
So it's just a second market NFT.
Oh, the supply of brew. Okay, so they're basically saying.
Yeah,
So they're
that there will
basically
be a second
saying
market out there.
they. Um, no, I think what it means is that uh, they're just going to control the supply of breweries. So if uh, so that it doesn't go crazy, like so that there aren't
Okay.
an unlimited number of breweries. But none of this is going to prevent the hyperinflationary scenario of mead.
Yeah,
So let's
yeah,
take a.
that's true. Actually, it only controls the breweries, not mead.
So I still have not found out when you buy the NFT where that mead
Like what
goes.
does
So
what
that's
happens with the mead?
but now we're into this renovation. So this is how you upgrade your brewery.
Mm.
So you're right. You don't just earn you don't just earn experience to an you have to upgrade your brewery.
Yeah, like you have to constantly pay.
So okay, so what's good about this is it actually gives some utility to the mead token.
Hmm.
Okay, that's a useful thing to have so that the mead token is not purely an incentive token. Although in my
Yeah.
experience, like this kind of stuff doesn't really do much in terms of offsetting
Hmm.
the inflation because
Yeah.
you'll have inflationary mechanisms, but you also have deflationary mechanisms. So
Hmm.
these would be the deflationary mechanisms.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like why would somebody invest mead without it being like without them getting even more mead in return, right?
That's true.
So if you look at all of these, like it costs you 10 mead and it increases the yield of your brewery. So like nobody would do this if you're not getting even more mead inflated. Like so I
Yeah,
don't
which is
actually think.
increasing the inflation rate of meat by like so
Yeah, so
many
so
times.
technically, like I know I mentioned that these might be deflationary mechanisms, but now that I'm looking at it, I
It's
think
not.
that they're actually, further inflationary mechanisms.
Yep.
However, it could be like um, not very well distributed. Like so a lot of people may be upgrading at a certain time. So in the short term, you might be controlling
Oh,
the
true.
the supply of mead, and it's because all inflation is spread over time.
Hmm.
Okay, so here, like I know you like to use that whole Ponzi-nomics kind of thing. So this is kind of where it plays out.
See,
This is too complicated for even for me. Like, I'm not gonna go through all of this stuff.
oh no, you don't
Um,
have to. There's
it
so many things that you can sort of spend more meat or more money on.
Yeah.
Like to me, they let you buy different skins for your NFT. So my brewery is the most basic, right? That's what it
Mhm.
looks like. But you can buy a skin. You can buy something so that you make your brewery look different,
Yeah.
but you're getting the same reward. That doesn't increase your reward.
I honestly have to be honest. Like I know that this is like a thing, but I've never understood why people would buy
Same
skins.
here.
Okay. But I know people do, and that's cool that you can do that. What I would say is that just looking at this, I would
Hmm.
think that if I was not interested in playing this game, like I get nervous if I am invested in a project and I'm not maximizing my efficiency, in terms of
Yeah,
my earning or farming performance.
potential,
So
right?
like when I look at this, I'm like, okay, can I really play this game? Like, do I really want to spend the time to figure out all of this stuff? And if I'm not, does that mean somebody else is just gonna, make more and I'm um and and I'm gonna be um
One losing out.
yeah, I'm gonna be the one that's losing out to him. So uh for those reasons, that's kind of why I would be a little bit hesitant.
For me, what I think the thing that I was thinking of is like, oh, I've never bought an NFT. Like I have never touched that part. And I'm like, oh, there's a chance to
Yeah.
buy an NFT.
So I found it. I found it. Okay, so here it says the tavern is not a node project. So they're
Yeah,
honest about it.
they're honest about
They're
it.
honest about it. Okay, it's a passive income protocol.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me. So the thing is, like, you have to kind of really think what they're selling. Like, where's this income coming from? Right? It's all
Yeah. Nobody
literally.
knows, honestly.
No, of course you know, right? Because you have people who are buying the NFTs,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah. That
income
part
is now being like we still haven't found
dispersed,
out where
distributed.
that is. We before I would buy this thing, I would hope that that 100 mead is not
Mhm.
being sent to like a team wallet that's being dumped on me. So, but at the end of the day, like what I'm trying to say is these things they're not like selling anything. There's no real income like revenue
Mhm.
source to
Yeah.
these things. Um, I guess what it is there's that game element. So that is the only part. But I would be skeptical that
Mhm.
the gamification elements will actually um, be able to generate the revenue to sustain the kind of degen APRs that these projects are trying to
Yeah,
promise.
like
Um,
I think it's kind of a norm already that the longer these projects go, like at one point the rewards are halved or something.
this you were gonna talk about this reputation thing, so now we finally got to it.
Oh, okay. No, for me it just seems like another gamification element to get you to buy more stuff. So if you buy more breweries or more skins, you get more reputation, and that somehow lowers your tax. Which I guess is a really smart move, actually, because you think you're benefiting, but you're actually spending more money.
How does this work? Your reputation is associated with a class.
So this is separate from the brewery itself. It's your profile on the DApp that has a different class associated with it.
So like some people might be willing to do this. I personally would not do something like this, right? To just like link my Discord to a wallet, um, unless you like somehow isolate that wallet just to participate in this project.
Link the I think
But I
there's like
really don't
this.
understand how this works. But I'm just gonna guess that the more you participate in the community, somehow you get this reputation, and that will make you pay less tax, like it says here. Oh, here, how to gain
Yeah,
reputation.
you
You purchase brewery
purchasing a brewery.
every day,
Yeah.
not claiming mead. Okay, cool. Ah,
So
here,
they're just really
classes.
trying to incentivize you to hold as long as possible.
I, I,
Oh,
I
and by the way,
I do like
uh,
it. Like I like this gamification stuff. Like it makes you feel like,
it just seems fun, right?
yeah,
Um,
I
but to
probably
tell you
wouldn't be
something
the
though,
one to play, but I'm sure somebody out there would
oh
like this
man,
stuff.
I look at the Discord. I don't know if it's fake or like how you say it's actually a team member or whatever, but some
Yeah.
dude inside like a few days ago already became a brew lord. So he has 500 to 2,499 reputation. So it's like how many breweries did you buy, dude?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes you can calculate,
Yeah.
like how did we how did someone get to tier three again? Because I feel like without having thought too much about the project, immediately
Uh-huh.
I just think that the best way to game this one is to get to tier three as fast as you can, because then you're making that 16,000 APY. So
Uh,
that's the only way
yeah,
you can
yeah,
generate the kind of degen APRs that you can to
yeah,
dump meat on other people, right? So
yeah.
I still haven't figured out how you upgrade your brewery.
That's true.
So,
I'm on the app itself. I try to even click on renovation. Like the drop down doesn't give me an option, so might be
so there's
a
two things
native
that we
tweak.
really have to figure out, right? Like how do you get to tier three, and where does the purchasing of the NFTs go? Like
Yeah,
it would be cool if the mead was burned, but I doubt it.
I doubt it too. Well, even if it's burned, it doesn't matter because you can the admin dude can mint as many as he wants. Anyways, he can tell you, hey, you know what? I burned so many, and then the next day he just mints the thing. Yeah, we might. I might even update later when I find that out from the Discord group. Hope I don't get banned for asking these two questions, man.
No, you just
Oh.
I'll ask them for you. I'll create a Discord. You don't want to risk yours if you're
Yeah, I don't
in
want to
it.
risk being banned. Oh, that was funny. And have
Like
you tried liking?
why can't we find this?
Find what?
How to get tier three?
You can't. I don't know how you do it. It's not. It's not. I don't think the function's even on yet. So let's see. Upgrade renovations thing.
Okay, I think like at some point you're just gonna have to give up. Oh wait,
No.
there's more
Um,
incentives here. Liquidity management, early
oh, there's
incentives.
so many.
The first step we'll
Like,
be taking is providing liquidity provider incentives. Okay, 5.4% of the total supply to people who stake their mead?
To be honest, what pushed me forward to just do it was honestly just the price, because it was just like what when I went in, I was like,
Hmm.
450, $500, let's go.
I see. I think that your approach and definitely should not follow what DJ Memon does, but um, basically you're looking for uh, you're looking for it to pump and you're looking for an exit point,
Yeah.
right? So you have to bear that in mind, and you have to kind of look at it and see um, are the tokenomics, or is this project designed in a way that it's going to play out
Mhm.
for a little bit longer, from where you've learned about the project. And you know this
I think
one,
it's okay on this one.
let's take a look. So it's hard to tell, right? um, that's why I say in it's important to know what the pre-sale was,
Mm.
because the pre-sale is the probably like the true price. And then, oh wait, hang on, was it a
Which was a
dollar?
dollar, which was a dollar.
It was a but the so it was a dollar.
Mead was a
It
dollar,
was
so
a
you had a
dollar.
bunch of people that minted breweries for $100 each.
So I mean, it's already 10x,
Yeah,
like at the peak, right?
yeah,
And when I think about like IDOs, that could very well be the peak.
it could be. It really could be. It really could be. Let's face it. I think the type of person that goes into these projects are pretty degen that to some level.
Yeah, but like to play the game is another thing, right? Like
Yeah,
you buy the NFT, you can like pump it and dump it. That's fine. But to
yeah.
play the game, that's like another level, I think.
Mm.
So
Okay.
it's very interesting. Thank you for showing me this. I learned
Man,
something.
I will keep them coming if you want. I don't know how I can keep this pace of getting more degen projects. I'm slowing down at the moment because I can't find anything.
I hope you're not like throwing $1,000 here, $1,000 into every single project. So if we look at 25 projects.
No, no, no. Like no, like maybe some, but honestly, this project, I didn't know much about it. I heard about it. It was only because, hey, I know it started at a dollar, but the first like few minutes, it was already pumped to like 3 or 4. And I was like, whatever, let me try this. I have never had an NFT in my life, anyways. Here I go.
All right, guys. This was another long one,
Yeah.
but hopefully entertaining.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully, we get more comments and everything. So, I get to know what other people think.
I was really happy with our Stromblog video. Like
I,
we
I
got
was pretty happy too. I
subscribers.
thought I was going to get yelled at by a lot of people.
No,
But,
we definitely want you guys to like, subscribe, leave a comment,
oh,
and
definitely.
yeah, I try to we'll definitely respond. You guys are finding us, like you guys are the early adopters of Coffee Time with Crypto.
All
All right,
right, guys.
all right.
Have a great
We'll
day.
let's wrap it up. Have a good night.
Good night.